Yeah, so the rumored trade, yeah, it's finally happened. Russell Westbrook for John Wall has finally happened. So yeah, we're going to talk about the Russell Westbrook for John Wall trade in this video. So if you like this kind of content, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you'll get notified whenever I upload a video. It's a little late, like, for a trade, but okay. Like, it's like 9 o'clock right now. But whatever. I'll take it. So Russell Westbrook was traded for John Wall and a first round pick. Now I thought after the offseason is almost over that the Rockets are just not trading Russell Westbrook this offseason, which I think is a big mistake. And another point guard is coming in with James Harden and John Wall. They've had like so many point guards. They've had Chris Paul. They've had Russell Westbrook. This is going to be the third point guard in 3 years in Houston. And if John Wall is really supposed to be that good, he says he's like 110% healthy, and if he is, he is going to be very good for this team. I like their moves this offseason. They got Christian Wood, DeMarcus Cousins for a cheap veteran minimum contract, and Christian Wood I thought was a steal as well. Their starting lineup is probably going to look like Daniel House, James Harden, John Wall, Christian Wood, DeMarcus Cousins, and you'll still have PJ Tucker off the bench, Gerald Green, players like that. Obviously, you did trade Robert Covington, which I think hurts a lot. Now that you would be looking at a lineup of John Wall, James Harden, Robert Covington, Christian Wood, and Marcus Morris, if you could pull that lineup off. But I think it's really just a swap of overpaid players, in my opinion. For the Wizards, you look at the Wizards. Does this make them significantly better? No. Does it make them a little bit better? Yes, because you're paying a point guard $43 million, but at least he'll be playing. So does it make either team that better? No. But John Wall, in my opinion, fits better when he is healthy with James Harden and other players instead of Russell. So I think it's just a swap of the overpaid players, in my opinion. Like, there's nothing much more to it but a swap of overpaid players, in my opinion. John Wall, if he can be 110% healthy like he says he is, and he can be a good player, then the Rockets really could have found a good trade. They're also getting an extra first round pick, which they definitely need considering they traded some of their picks for Russell Westbrook. So they got a pick back for Russell Westbrook, which obviously is not the same value that they gave to Oklahoma City. But that's okay. John Wall, I think he fits pretty well with this team. At least he can shoot, unlike Russell Westbrook, which I think makes him fit better with this team. The Wizards, you're going to be looking at a starting lineup of Westbrook, Beal, probably Troy Brown, Roy Hachimura, and Thomas Bryant. Um, I mean that's or Davis Bertans. I mean at the small forward position. So you still got Troy Brown off the bench, Robin Lopez. You still got some okay players off the bench. Now, what do I expect from both of these teams? Does it really make them better? I think for the Rockets, it's really hoping that John Wall comes back to that top 5 point guard in the league like he once was. And if he doesn't, it's just an hell of a trade. Um, but Russell Westbrook did not fit well with this team. He performs terrible in the playoffs, and I don't even think the Wizards are really going to make the playoffs. I don't think this makes them much better, honestly. Um, Westbrook and Beal in the backcourt, yeah, it'll be fun to watch, but at the end of the day, this is just taking the ball away from Bradley Beal, and I don't necessarily like that. Um, so this I really can't say much more, but it's an overpaid. Um, it's the swap of overpaid players. That's just kind of what it is. It's the overpaid player swap, and I don't. It's I don't hate it for either team. I think the Rockets are making a bet here, thinking that that John Wall will return to that top 5 point guard like he was, and the Wizards are hoping Westbrook and Beal fit well together. I really think that this is not a terrible package back for Westbrook, considering his value was very down in it. I mean, maybe, yeah, it could have got you a Terry Rozier. But John Wall, with the potential that he has, is probably the best you could have got here. So it's a swap for the overpaid players. I mean, not much more to be said here. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like, subscribe.